Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Prismata. We'll jump back in the queue and see who we can find. I heard Rosary and Mincandan talking to each other in the chat. I guess they keep getting matched together? No, Seuss was talking to Mincandan saying that they keep getting matched together. But now Seuss is playing against Ben Rosary. No. Mincandan is playing against Ben Rosary. I can't speak. Ooh. This Tia looks scary for both players. I think the Proto's gonna seal the deal though. Right. Oh wow, you don't often get to see Proto and Ossified and Feral like on the same turn. Wait, what? This is letting the Tia get so much more value, isn't it? I thought you should kill the wild drones and take away their defensive options. So you build like Feral Force Field Rhino and hold a drone? Or maybe this is the defense actually. Maybe this... yeah. Okay. I hadn't counted out exactly how much defense you need, but this looks right to me. And now, the second Tia swing, that is gonna hurt like hell. Hematite 12. I do like the idea of Fang, Ferret, and Sack together with like Urban Sentry or Doomed Wall as like the soak to let you keep building Fangs. God, I hate these stupid pop-ups. I sent a feature request saying, please let me block these fucking pop-ups. They're so distracting. And like Grimbotches should make this more dangerous for the opponent as well. And it's sort of hard to see the Colossus player doing enough to stop that. Or likewise Plasma Fire. Like Plasma Fire is a big deal against Fang. But when you have blue for Doomed Walls, it seems pretty good. You need like 15 drones for that, huh? So I think we're getting a turn 2 Conduit and then like DA? Oh. Okay, so my opponent wants the larger income of, I guess, Colossus. I think I will take it slower here. I could just try to get an actual Blast Forge and build like Urban Sentry Grimbotch Fang every turn. That's what, 17 drones? That's not too inconvenient either, I guess. And it means I don't have to cut drones next turn at like 12 to get out an Animus. But then after cutting, I could get like Tarsier, Ferret, and Sack. 2 more drones. I don't think I could quite do that. Maybe I should have gotten the 3rd Engineer. Since I want like around 16 drones. Or 17 or something. So if I do this, I can build Tarsier, Ferret, and Sack, and Animus. Like, I can do all of that, but I'll be then on 12 drones, which means I can't really spend the blue. So this doesn't feel quite right to me. This is 13 drones. Which also doesn't feel right. I guess I can build TTDD, and then only after that start the ferret and sack business with a second Animus. This gives them free reign to build a splitter, which I don't want at all. I'm just going to get a botch here, even though it's not getting a lot of value. And this gets me to about the number of drones that I want, somewhat comfortably. And now I have like a kind of shitty defender just lying around. Oh well. So they didn't get the early conduit, which suggests not plasma fire, right? They got the blast forge first. Suggests Colossus. $15 drones, huh? Ah, I don't have to build anything blue next turn because I don't have the Ferritin sack yet. I can build Fang, Ferritin, and a drone or two or something like that. This Grimbotch forces them to either build a Doomed Wall that's not very great for them, having just built a wall, or else do some damage, so I think it's correct. Plus, it won't be too long before I want defense, and I've already got this train going. I guess I'll click with it. I feel kind of bad about this Gauss, or this conduit that I'm not really making any use of. Alright, they want plasma fires. But can't I get up a doomed wall pretty well? Okay, here comes a Colossus instead. Well, I guess they could try to do plasma fire plus botches, maybe? I don't know. This conduit I was hoping to somehow like get an urban sentry with, but it never really panned out. I guess just force fields will probably be okay. And I'm probably going to have to build some kind of wall with this Ferritin sack. I doubt they'll let me get away with an urban sentry somehow. But I could perhaps like build a couple force fields and I don't know. Three, four, five. 6, 7. These like don't seem tremendously impactful, do they? But I hope to make it difficult for them to just like spend their blue on an attack. Oh, they can't build Colossus. So what is this? I guess Plasma Fire, and you have $9. Botches, maybe? So my plan is to try to make them actually spend their blue on some kind of wall with these Gauss charges. Here we're doing 3, 4, 5, 7 damage next turn, and they only have 5 defense. They can hold a splitter back, but in that case, I'm happy. And I have the amount of income that I need to do the stuff I wanted to do, so I think this is okay. Yeah, these Gauss charges are doing a great job. And a doomed wall right now seems pretty good. It's a bit awkward, isn't it? That it's for it to be doomed, because they might very well like hold some attackers back and not click the Plasma Fire, but I guess if they do that, I'm pretty happy anyway. Another downside is that it times together with this Botch dying, but I think I'll want plenty of defense by then anyway, so this is fine. I'm pretty happy with these Botches, as opposed to having gotten Tarsier early. Both of them should get a lot of value. This one might not, actually, because they might choose not to attack into my Doomed Wall and Botch both dying turn. But I'd be okay with that, I guess. We actually have more drones than the opponent, but they have a Plasma Fire and more green. Longer lived Botches, I guess. So what is this, 8, 9? Wall defense? Almost. So Doomed Wall then. This allows them to hold back several attackers, though, if they want. But it means I can just continue this as opposed to having to do anything else. So I'm fine with that. If you want to hold back some of these attackers to exploit me and sack your attackers on defense, like, I guess feel free. And meanwhile, we get a free exploit against them as well. Ah, and now I don't have the problem of 2 Doomed Walls dying. Or Doomed Wall dying at the same time as Botch, because I'm losing this one already. I was imagining I would just have a regular wall and save the Doomed Wall, but it turns out that that's not what's happening. So next turn, I'm unlikely to be able to continue with this Shadowfang, Ferret, and Doomed Wall plan. They have enough attack that they're threatening that I can't do that. I'll have to force field or something. Holding the drone for granularity, I guess? But I'm actually only going to attack for 7, so the drone hold won't do anything. Right? No, it means... Yeah. If I attack for 7, as I'm almost certain to do, your drone hold is as good as a force field. So I think it was the right idea. But I guess this way you get a Gauss charge. Maybe you thought that was really important to exploit me somehow. 6, 10, 11. Probably just 11, in fact, not clicking this. It's a bit greedy to try to keep this train going, but I think it's worthwhile. So they're only actually attacking for 11, which means I am vulnerable here to an exploit. But it's not like I can hold the drone. I mean, I could if I didn't build this ferret and sack, but I don't think that's a good idea. I guess I could have made this a doomed wall instead, but that costs more money, which I don't have. Oh boy, they're gonna have... Well, I don't know, this doomed wall turn just makes me sad, you know? I see, they sacked the splitter, sure. Actually, each of these clicks, like, kills something? Kills an engineer? They're holding back 2 botches next turn, presumably. I don't feel good about my spot here. I guess I can do this. Although, might it be better to instead upgrade this to a doomed wall? Then they, this just lets them hold back 3 botches for an exploit. Ugh. Like, they're blowing up their own drones with plasma fires, but not fast enough. I think. I don't know, the Grim Botches are dying off too, so my opponent really has, like, no attack that is free for them. And so I should try not to get too demoralized. I have 7 permanent attack that's going to live forever. My main problem is, like, I don't know, lack of green. Sentry's pretty cool, I guess. I wonder if my opponent has noticed that they can hold a Grim Botch for free. Oh no, they can't. Yeah, they can. So I'm absorbing on wall, which means there's no way for me to keep 3 health alive. I could absorb on Rhino and keep Wall alive, but that's stupid. I think. Yeah, it would be better to just absorb on Wall and keep Rhino alive. I don't know, I guess it's the same. Last time we played this guy, we also, like, he went with a super aggressive Grimbotch thing. And here, like, the plasma fires are the plasma fire served a similar role, and, like, we just had to survive the Grimbotches. This is somewhat reminiscent. I won the last game, which was nice. I would also like to win this game, but I don't know if I can guarantee that. So what's going on here? They're absorbing for 4, 7. So this kills the wall, and that's all I have to do. Actually, I guess I'd rather... Yeah, this kills the wall, and that's all that matters. Everything else I can just hold. I'm not building a ferret sack, but that's okay because next turn I have 2. Like, I guess I could instead build Engie and 2 ferret sacks or something. Doesn't seem that great to me. Could build a wall here? No, it kind of has to be a doomed wall, doesn't it? And then I, quote, exploit by just not attacking at all. Basically, right? You're absorbing for 4. Okay, now yeah, you bought yourself this attack, I guess. They're absorbing for 4, 7, 9. Yeah, it might just be better for me to not attack into this. Yeah, I have to attack for 10 to kill a force field. That's clicking everything. Kind of hard to do, isn't it? Oh yeah, it's in fact impossible. 2, 6, 9, yeah. I could absorb onto an attacker and then click it to kill a force field, but that's really not my jam. I guess. Am I gonna be able to spend 2 blue on that turn? Maybe. I got to save my green this turn, so I'll have a little bit more money. Those Gauss charges, man. I don't appreciate this at all. So what? I have to attack for 6 to kill a force field? Or for 8 to kill the doomed wall? 6 is easy. 8 is possible? Right? I can do like this? I think that's well worth doing. Okay, another Grimbotch victory. Huh. Yeah. I was a little surprised to be the high econ player after being the 2 Engie player, but that's what Plasma Fire does to you. What exactly happened this game? Plasma Fire is pretty good as a pressure unit, right? And against red, you generally, like, pressure does pretty well, right? And especially against double red. And so I can see why this was an appealing plan for my opponent. Although, maybe the Animus is just too ambitious? I don't know. I guess it was a way to line up more attackers that arrive on the same turn as your Plasma Fire, you know, i.e. Grimbotches. It seems like a lot of tech, but Grimbotches are great both for attack and defense, and you're gonna need both. Maybe it's alright. I like these Gauss charges. Stop the opponent from attacking with their splitter and cost a drone, as well as all their granularity. Which ended up being quite useful because I got a lot of exploit opportunities. Snuck in that third Shadowfang, very greedy. But I think well worth it. I don't know, I could have like... The thing about Shadowfang is like... It's basically like buying 2 Grimbotches that you can't defend with. But in exchange, you'd never have to defend with them, right? And... At this point in the game... Oh, actually, I spent all my red. Okay. I don't know. Like... My opponent's threatening so much pressure that I think, should forecast that 3 or 4 turns from now, I'll be thrilled to have a defender instead of a Shadowfang, I think. All right, this is turn 8. So it would have 4 lifespan on 9. Which means 3 turns later on 12, they would have 1 lifespan. So how would I feel if I could right now transform my Shadowfang into 2 dying Grimbotches? Would I be happy or sad? I feel like I'd be pretty happy because I can't do any damage this turn anyway. And so having 2 Grimbotches around to sack would be amazing. On the other hand, I would then have 1 fewer Shadowfang, right? I'd have just 5 permanent attack. Which might not be enough to really do anything to my opponent. I don't know. It means these 2 Grimbotches would live instead of being held as defenders. But they still wouldn't do anything while attacking, so... They're just sort of crappy double engineers. Yeah, they're threatening to attack. That's worth something. But I wouldn't have to wall necessarily. I'd have more Grimbotches I could sack instead. I don't know. Maybe the Shadowfang was alright. It's hard for me to tell, honestly. But after that, clearly we kind of just have to defend. The opponent's attacking for so much. And it was kind of like another case of just sit still long enough and wait for them to die. That sort of happens with Plasma Fire and Grimbotch. Right. Because they have no staying power at all, there is just like a timer on them. Like, can you kill me before time X? They're attacking for like 3 more than I am. And they get all these free defenders, sort of. Grimbotches. And they have more drones and better tech. But they have a time limit, and I don't. I just have to, like, force field less often than they click Plasma Fire, I guess. And maintain some threat. I don't know. Anyway, so I mentioned, though, that this turn... my opponent missed a free Grimbotch hold, which might have made things simpler, although not by much, I suppose. Kind of do probably the same thing, honestly. But it makes it harder for me to exploit your defenses, I guess. I just had to attack for 8 to kill the wall. If you hold this Grimbotch, attacking for 8 just kills the Botch. And I think so does So does attacking for 9. So, yeah, this Grimbotch hold doesn't, like, do anything that amazing, but... like, here was the turn I took. I said, oh, I guess this. Attacking for 8 means you have to lose wall, as well as all the botches. But if I do this, now you can lose the botch and save the wall, which will make your future defense much easier. Because this botch is basically just a 2 health wall, whether you sack it this turn or next. And wouldn't it be better to have a 3 health wall? I think so. So little tactical opportunity missed there. I was giving my opponent tactics, but I couldn't figure out how to not do it. Because like I need to hold drones to not have this sort of problem. And that's not really that great. It was kind of funny though, just to have all these Grimbotches and never attack with them. Yeah, once again, I just like... These Grimbotches feel really stupid when they never attack. But they're basically just engineers with threat, right? They're like a kind of like Shredder. And here we actually applied the threat. And the opponent's on 7 drones, we're on 9. We have more attack. Pretty much set. And that's why they gave up. Okay, cool. Well, glad to win one. Getting very close to rank 50, which I believe would be a new high for me. In fact, it's a new high rating, so you guys were here to watch the impossible. Okay. I think we're just going to play this one game this episode, though. It was a bit of a long one. And I don't want to get into another. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.